He was 72, a kind, quiet man named Mr. Thomas. He had dinner with his wife, Linda. He kissed her goodnight. Then he went to bed, just like every other night. But he never woke up. There was no scream, no pain, no warning, only silence, and the sound of a clock ticking in a room that would never hear his voice again. The doctor said it was peaceful, but his family kept asking why. He was not sick. He walked every day. He laughed just yesterday. What they did not know is that sometimes it is not the big things that take us. Sometimes it is the small habits we repeat every night, the ones that feel harmless, that quietly steal our breath, our heartbeat, and finally, our time. After the age of 70, the body becomes more sensitive. Your heart, your brain, your breathing all need more care than before. And bedtime is one of the most important times of the day. Tonight, I want to share 5 bedtime habits that you must avoid after 70. Because what you do in the quiet hours before sleep could decide whether you wake up to a new morning or not. This video is not meant to scare you. It is meant to protect you, to guide you, to help you live longer and better. So if you or someone you love is over 60, please stay with me. Because these 5 bedtime mistakes are more common than you think, but they are also easy to fix. And sometimes just one change can save a life. Aging is a journey. It brings wisdom, memories, and sometimes gentle silence. But it also brings changes in the body, the heart, and the mind. After the age of 70, even the smallest daily routines begin to matter more than ever before. You see, growing older is not a weakness. It is a gift. Every wrinkle tells a story. Every gray hair is a sign of strength. But even the strongest tree needs careful tending in its final seasons. Many people believe that health problems only come from big things, diseases, accidents, or genetics. But the truth is often hidden in the quiet corners of our lives. It is in the food we eat, the thoughts we carry, the air we breathe while we sleep, and in the bedtime habits we repeat night after night, without question. Mr. Karim, whose story you just heard, was not unhealthy. He walked daily, took care of his garden, and loved his family deeply. But like many others, he was unaware of the silent risks that can grow stronger after 70. Medical science has shown that sleep plays a powerful role in overall health. During sleep, the body heals, the brain resets, and the heart finds rest. But if certain bedtime habits disrupt that process, even in small ways, the results can be serious. Poor sleep or harmful nighttime routines can increase the risk of stroke, heart failure, memory loss, and sudden death during sleep, especially in older adults. And it is not only about sleep. It is about what happens before sleep. The food you eat, the way you sit, the emotions you carry, the pills you take, the screens you look at, all of these things matter more than most people realize. This is why we are here today. Not to create fear, but to bring awareness. Not to judge, but to support. Not to talk about growing old with sadness, but with strength, grace, and understanding. So let us gently explore these bedtime mistakes. Let us learn from the stories of others. And let us walk this path together with open hearts, clear minds, and the deep belief that it is never too late to make one small change that can lead to a better tomorrow. Habit 1. Eating heavy meals late at night. Mr. Harold Bennett was 74 years old, a former postman from a small town in Oregon. He had a gentle voice, a slow walk, and a warm smile that never left his face. Every evening, his daughter Emma would prepare his favorite meals: creamy pasta, buttered roast, and warm pie for dessert. Harold believed in enjoying life. He would often say, "What is the point of getting old if you cannot eat what you love?" And so, even after 9 p.m., he would sit down for a heavy dinner, take his medications, and head straight to bed. One night, after a rich meal and a bit of television, Harold told his daughter he felt a little pressure in his chest. "Probably indigestion," he said softly. Emma offered to take him to the doctor, but he insisted on sleeping it off. By morning, Harold was gone. The doctor later explained that Harold had suffered a cardiac event and his sleep likely worsened by heavy food and lying down too soon after eating. This is something many people do not realize. After the age of 70, digestion becomes slower. The stomach takes longer to break down food, and lying down too quickly after eating puts pressure on the heart. It can also trigger acid reflux, breathing difficulties, and even irregular heart rhythms. A study from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that older adults who eat late dinners have a significantly higher risk of heart issues and disturbed sleep. The body needs time, at least 2 hours, to process meals before it can rest safely. Mr. Harold Bennett's story is not just about one night. It is about how habits we formed long ago may no longer serve us today. The lesson is gentle but powerful. Eat earlier. Eat lighter. Choose meals that comfort your body, not just your taste buds. A simple soup, steamed vegetables, or a light sandwich can bring the same warmth without the silent risk. Remember, every evening is a chance to take care of the body that has carried you so far. Treat it kindly, and it will let you wake up to another beautiful morning. Habit 2. Falling asleep with the television or bright screens on. Margaret Thompson was 78, a retired librarian who lived alone in a quiet neighborhood in Minnesota. She loved old black and white movies and late-night news. Each night, she would turn on her television, lie back in her recliner, and slowly drift off to sleep while the screen flickered in the dark. To her, it felt comforting, the soft noise, the glowing light, the feeling that someone was still there. After her husband passed, it became her nightly routine. But over the years, Margaret began to feel more tired during the day. She forgot simple things more often. Her blood pressure became irregular. And her sleep, though long, never left her feeling truly rested. When her granddaughter took her for a checkup, the doctor asked a simple question: "Do you fall asleep with the television on?" Margaret was surprised. "Yes," she said. "Every night. I cannot sleep without it." The doctor explained something very few people know. Blue light and noise at night confuse the brain. The human body runs on a natural rhythm called the circadian rhythm, a kind of internal clock that tells us when to sleep and when to wake. Bright screens, especially from televisions, tablets, and phones, send signals to the brain that it is still daytime. This disrupts the body's natural process of releasing melatonin, the hormone that helps us sleep deeply. For older adults, this disruption is even more harmful. Poor quality sleep can lead to memory loss, high blood pressure, weakened immune function, and increased risk of depression. A study from the National Institute on Aging found that seniors who slept with televisions or screens on had higher rates of cognitive decline and poorer heart health. Margaret never realized that something meant to bring her comfort was quietly hurting her body and her brain. The lesson is gentle but clear: create a calm and quiet sleep environment. Turn off screens at least 30 to 60 minutes before bedtime. Try soft music, a warm drink, or a short book instead. Let your body fall into sleep naturally, without artificial light. Because real rest does not come from distraction. It comes from peace, and peace begins in silence. Habit 3. Going to bed with unresolved stress or worry. James Whitaker was 76 years old. A quiet man, once a skilled carpenter, now retired and living with his wife, Elaine, in a small house by the countryside. He had strong hands, kind eyes, and a heart full of unspoken worries. Every night, James would lie in bed staring at the ceiling. His body was tired, but his mind would not stop. Thoughts of bills, his son who rarely called, and regrets from his younger years played like old films in his mind. He never spoke about them, but they lived with him, especially at night. Elaine often noticed how restless he had become. He would turn from side to side, sigh deeply, and sometimes wake up in the early hours, drenched in sweat. Yet when she asked him, "Are you all right?" he would answer softly, "I am fine. Just tired." But he was not just tired. He was carrying emotional weight into his sleep. What many do not realize is that unresolved emotional stress can silently harm the heart. When we go to bed carrying anxiety, guilt, or tension, the body remains in a mild state of alert, the nervous system stays active, the heart rate stays higher, and true rest becomes difficult. Research from the Harvard Medical School shows that chronic stress, especially before bed, increases the risk of high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, and weakened immune function. It also contributes to insomnia and poor sleep quality, especially in older adults whose bodies are already more fragile. James's health began to decline slowly. He developed heart issues that confused even his doctors. It was not until a counselor gently helped him express years of unspoken fears that his sleep began to improve, and so did his health. The lesson here is deep but simple. Do not take your worries to bed. Speak them. Write them. Pray, meditate, or talk to someone you trust. Create a bedtime ritual that helps your mind settle: gentle breathing, soft music, or even writing down 3 things you are grateful for. Because the heart deserves peace. And sleep is not just for the body, it is for the soul. Let me pause here for just a moment. If you are still watching, I want to thank you not just for your time, but for your heart. These are not easy things to hear. They are not just facts or warnings. They are truths born from real lives, real families, and moments that could have been different if someone had only known sooner. Sometimes the strongest people are the ones who sit silently with pain, who carry years of habits and memories, believing they must bear it all alone. But you are not alone. Not here. Not now. If any part of this has touched you so far, I would like to ask something simple of you. Please take a deep breath, and in the comments below, write the words "still strong." Because if you are watching this, it means you still care. You are still learning. You are still choosing to grow, to heal, to protect your life and the lives of those you love. You may be 60, 70, 80, or beyond, but your time is not over. Your chapter is still being written. And every page from this point forward can be filled with new choices, better habits, and more peaceful nights. You might be surprised to know that thousands of others are watching this with you right now quietly, just like you, wondering if it is too late to change, wondering if these stories sound familiar. Let them see your voice. Let them see your strength. By writing "Still Strong" in the comments, you are not only reminding yourself that you matter, you are giving someone else the courage to believe they do, too. This is more than a video. It is a community of wisdom, healing, and hope. So let us walk together. And if something specific has touched your heart, a memory, a story, a habit you plan to change, I invite you to share that as well. You never know who might read your words and feel less alone. Now, let us continue. Because the next bedtime habit may be the one that speaks to your life the most. Going to sleep with unspoken words and unforgiven hearts. Eleanor Graves was 82 years old. She had soft gray hair, hands that once painted beautiful landscapes, and eyes that carried decades of memories. She lived alone after her husband, Walter, passed away 2 years earlier. They had been married for 54 years. They had built a life full of laughter, arguments, forgiveness, and love. But like many couples, the last few years had grown quieter. Small misunderstandings began to stack up. Words went unspoken. Affection was replaced by routine. And one night, after a simple disagreement, Eleanor went to bed upset, thinking there would always be more time to make it right. But there was no more time. Walter passed in his sleep that very night. Eleanor told her daughter, "I did not say goodnight. I did not say I love you. I thought we had tomorrow." But tomorrow did not come. This is something many people carry silently, the pain of words left unsaid. The heart remembers the things we could have done, the apologies we held back, the forgiveness we never gave. What many do not realize is that emotional peace is deeply tied to physical health, especially in later life. Unforgiveness, regret, and guilt can affect sleep, raise blood pressure, and increase the risk of heart issues. The body feels what the heart holds onto. A study from the Journal of Psychosomatic Research shows that unresolved emotional tension, especially before sleep, is associated with poor sleep quality, higher stress hormones, and increased risk of mortality in older adults. Eleanor eventually found healing through writing letters to Walter, letters filled with all the words she wished she had spoken. It did not change the past, but it gave her peace. The lesson is this: never let the sun go down on a heavy heart. If you love someone, tell them. If you need to forgive, do it. Life after 70 is not too late for healing. It is the perfect time. Because sleep should be a doorway to peace, not a place of regret. Tonight, before you close your eyes, think about who you need to call, what you need to say, and speak it. You never know which night will be your last chance to say "I love you." As we come to the end of this video, I want to take a moment to reflect on everything we have shared. Aging is inevitable. It is a part of life that cannot be avoided. But what we do with the years we are given, how we live in those years, and the choices we make each day, that is where our power lies. You have heard the stories of Mr. Harold, Margaret, James, and Eleanor. These are not just characters, they are reflections of all of us. They represent moments we all face, moments of quiet struggle, moments when we think there is time to change, and moments when we realize too late. That time is precious. What I want you to take away from today is not fear, but wisdom. These habits, eating late, falling asleep with unresolved stress, and leaving words unsaid, are things we can change. Each day is a new opportunity. Each night is a chance to live in peace, to forgive, to heal. The beauty of life is that we can make a difference at any age. It is never too late to make small changes. In fact, sometimes the smallest shifts, eating lighter at night, speaking from the heart, or simply letting go of worries, can have the most profound impact on our health, our relationships, and our peace of mind. You are more than the habits you have carried with you. You are more than the years that have passed. You are a person who still has the power to grow, to heal, and to live fully. No matter where you are on your journey, you can always choose a new path. Remember, our days are not infinite, but the impact we have on others, on ourselves, that can last forever. So, as you prepare to sleep tonight, reflect on the changes you can make. Think about what is truly important, and remember that peace is within reach. Tomorrow is a new day, a new chance to live with intention, a new chance to care for yourself and for those you love. And as you close your eyes tonight, know that every small change you make is a step toward a healthier, more peaceful tomorrow. If this video has touched your heart, I want to ask you to do something simple but incredibly important. Take a moment to like this video, share it with someone you love, and leave a comment below. Why? Because these messages, these reflections, have the power to change lives. They have the power to spark conversations, to help someone else who is struggling with their own bedtime habits or emotional weight. Perhaps there is someone in your life, a parent, a friend, a neighbor, who would benefit from hearing this. Share this video with them, send it through a message, post it on your social media, or simply let them know about it. You never know how your gesture can help someone who might not even know they need it. And if you have found something meaningful here today, please leave a comment. Tell us what habit you are going to change, what lesson resonated with you the most, or even share your own story. You are not alone. Many people are watching this with you right now, seeking wisdom, seeking support, and seeking a sense of connection in their own life. Do not underestimate the power of small acts of kindness, and do not underestimate the strength you already carry within you. Your journey toward better health, deeper peace, and a fuller life does not have to be walked alone. By engaging, by sharing, and by connecting, you are making a difference. So if this video has moved you, do what feels right. Like, comment, share. Let us all come together as a community of wisdom, support, and love, because you never know who may need to hear these words today. Thank you for being here. Your strength matters, and your story is just beginning.